going on, everybody? It's the Ladybug Speaker back with another video, and as you can see,
hey,
I have a special guest in the building with me. This is the beautiful Gabby.
What is up, guys?
She is one of my good friends. We met in college. I got college friends. You know. She was my Zumba instructor at Baldwin Wallace, and for some reason we just hit it off. We just clicked. And she has a beautiful story about overcoming fears that I want her to share with you guys because going back to school at 28, of course I was scared.
Yeah.
Of course I was fearful. Right. I'm going to be the old lady, the old grandma on campus.
You don't even look old.
I mean, I'm in class with 18-year-olds. I have a kid. Like, I'm the grandma on campus. So, of course, I was fearful. But you feel the fear and you do it anyway. Right. Especially if you know it's going to benefit the greater good of, in my case, myself and my child. And so I'm not going to say too much because I want Gabby to tell you guys. But she has this amazing story about overcoming fear. So, Gabby, take it away.
Yeah. So, I am newly single as of May. Hey. And one of my friends and I decided, because we both went through breakups, that we needed to go somewhere. And so we decided to go to Mexico. And we went to Playa del Carmen. And so my friend brings up that Playa del Carmen is the second best place to skydive in the entire world. And so skydiving has always been on my bucket list and was on hers too. And so we're like, we should do this. And I was like, well, my number one problem is I am scared out of my mind of heights. Like, my top fear. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm afraid of heights. I've never even ridden on Top Gun Dragster. When I went to visit the Grand Canyon, I couldn't stand on the edge. Like, I was still on the trail, and all my friends were over there peeking over. I was like, nope, can't have this. So anyway, so I was like, you have to do it, right? Like, you're going to the second best place in the entire world to skydive. And so I booked this trip in mid-May of this year, mid-May of this year, and we went. We left July 24th, skydived July 25th, and I was crapping my pants for 2.5 months, just thinking I'm about to jump out of this plane and end my life. That is what I was thinking. And so we get to Mexico. It's great. We have a good first night. The second day comes, we wake up in the morning, and I'm like, yep, I'm still going through with this, because at that point we couldn't back out. And I would have lost a decent amount of money. Right. And so, anyways, we get there, and we're hyped up, and I'm literally oh my gosh, I'm shaking. One weird thing about me is when I get scared, especially when it comes to heights, the bottoms of my feet hurt. I don't know why. It's very, very strange. So anyways, my feet are hurting. I'm freaking out. And we go to get into this plane. This plane is so tiny. It holds 4 people, and that's it. Yeah, small. We were crammed up. We did a tandem jump, and so we jumped 15,000 feet.
15,000 feet!
Carry on. Yes. No, you're great. So anyways, we're in this plane. We're going up. The plane ride up is about 20 minutes. We get I don't know, it was probably 10 minutes, I don't know, and I'm like, I got this, it doesn't look that high, I think I got this. The guy goes, you're halfway up, and I'm like, okay. And so at this point, I grabbed Bree's hand, my friend that I went skydiving with, and her palm sweaty, my palm sweaty, we're shaking, we make eye contact, I'm like, I can't even look at you right now, and so I'm just sitting there, and I'm actually talking to God, and I'm like, if I'm supposed to die today, just let me be at peace with it, because anything can happen. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm falling out of a plane.
15,000 feet in the air.
Right. And so I kind of just get at peace, and I'm sitting there just breathing. I have learned how to meditate the past 4 months, and so I was just doing some breathing techniques to try to calm myself down. And so we're getting above the clouds at this point, and my instructor, he makes me turn around. He straps me in place, because it was a tandem jump, so we were strapped onto an instructor. And he looks at me and he's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." And so he opens the door. He opens the door, And he says, right leg out, left leg out, and I'm staring at my death. Like, I mean, and I'm just like, well, here it is. Like, I made my peace. I'm happy with, like, where I've been. You know, cool, I've handled business, whatever. He goes, you ready? And I'm like, uh-huh. And he pushes me out of the plane. And at that moment, there was zero fear. Zero fear.
But let's stop there.
Okay.
Her biggest fear was heights. Her biggest fear was heights. But here she is, 15,000 feet in the air, about to jump out of a tiny airplane. And she felt fearless.
Fearless. It was the most incredible experience that I've ever had. And the entire way down, there was no fear. Not once did I ever think, I'm not going to make it. Not once did I ever think that I was going to hit the ground. Not once was I so scared for my life. It was just this incredible feeling of just pure bliss. Like, just pure, like, I can't even explain it. You know, like, there's no, like, pit in your gut feeling. Like, the wind is just, it's just all, like, coming up against your body. And then in 7 minutes, it's over.
Wow.
You know, it was 40 seconds of free fall. And then he releases the parachute. And then, like, you are so overwhelmed to the point where you're in tears. Just because, like, you just faced your biggest fear. But it was such an incredible experience and such a great learning moment for me in my life, because my biggest fear was heights. And I was anticipating it, and I was terrified, and I kept thinking about it, and I was like, what am I going to do? Like, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. And I kept telling myself that, but I was like, you have to, because I was thinking, I cannot be 90 years old on my deathbed saying I could not jump out of that plane. And that was my biggest motivation. And so, anyways, it was just such, like, oh my gosh, it was such an incredible experience, and I can't explain it. But I know now that I have zero excuse. Zero excuse for any other fear in my life. There's zero excuse, because I faced my biggest fear. I jumped out of an airplane at 15,000 feet. And I'm here to talk about
Right. And sitting here to talk about it back on Earth in one piece.
Yeah. But I think fear is all about the anticipation of it. I think that once you actually face your fear, once you actually hit it headstrong, it's all gone. You know, because you actually were able to put yourself in that situation, no matter what it is, whether it's spiders or heights or moving out of the country, whatever your biggest fear is. I think it's all about the anticipation and what you're expecting. And if you let that all go, you know, I think that those are valid feelings, but let them go, you know, and still do it. You know, we have one life to live on this planet. Why waste it?
I like that.
Right.
It's so short.
It's so short.
The time here is so tiny. It's like the dash. It's what you do in the dash. You're born and you die. Like, what's your dash? She just added so much to her dash.
Right.
And she faced that fear. And I wanted to share her story with you guys because you are limitless.
Yes.
You are a limitless human being, and you need to take advantage of every possibility in your life. Anything that you can think, you can do. And don't let fear stop you. You're going to feel the fear, but you do it anyway. And she's like a living testimony of facing her biggest fear head on collision. And like being successful. And she was afraid, but she did it anyway. So that is just to encourage you to continue to check off those things on your bucket list. Yep. Continue to face those difficulties and those challenges, and don't let anything come in between you and that burning sensation, that burning desire within you to accomplish something or to do something or to challenge yourself in some type of way. So I really wanted to encourage you guys with her story. And Gabby, if you have any final words or any lasting encouragement that you want to give to the viewers, you have the platform.
Don't ever let yourself be comfortable. Don't ever let yourself be comfortable.
I'm about to run around this room right now.
You can't be comfortable.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
Yeah.
And my mother was up in here earlier. She said, what'd she say? Don't sink trying to save somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Don't sink to.
It was something like
so
that.
Good.
It was
aid
good.
in someone's swing or something about don't swing so someone else can swim.
Yeah. Don't you sink so somebody else can swim.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're just gonna let that simmer. We're not gonna go into that because we've been going on for 10 minutes. But don't sink. Don't you sink. Don't let yourself sink trying to help somebody else swim.
Mm-hmm.
Let that simmer.
Let that simmer.
Well, thank you so much, Gabby, for sharing your story.
It was so fun.
You're so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You are beautiful.
In so many ways.
Thank you.
And Ryan is feeling some type of way right now. So we're going to go. But thank you all for tuning in. If you want to follow Gabby on Facebook, her information is
Gabrielle Albrigo, ALBRIGO.
Follow her on Facebook. Follow her story. She's going to post the entire video on her Facebook page.
The entire video on my Facebook page.
I want to watch it because I don't think I'll be got that enough time. Because I got kids out in these streets. But and I only have a $50,000 life insurance policy. That's not enough. But if you want to follow her story, make sure you reach out to her on Facebook. Leave a comment. She'll definitely get back to you. Thank you guys for watching so much. Love you.
Yes, thank you guys.
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.